Alright, this is Black Knight, just checking the stream. Back to the coffee hop. Sorry, got into some conversations that I don't think I want on YouTube, so I deleted them myself. Just don't want to create an uproar. And if you're just joining me, working on this bomber hop here, trying to make sure I'm on target. Looks like I'm on target, so I've never hit this target before, so I don't know exactly where or what it looks like. So going strictly on the Knickerbein. Looks like I'm right on track. Like I said, I've never been to this target. I'm quite isolated, so I'm going to start my guys right now, just in case I get knocked out of the sky. Maybe they'll be able to get this target. Like I said, I don't even know what I'm looking for. Ethanol fuel Oli Pelage, so I'm looking for fuel dumps. A fuel depot at Oli Pelage. That, I believe, is the airfield at Oli Pelage, so I'm looking either in here or in here. Oh, I think I got it. I think that's it. Hopefully we'll settle down the rocking here in just a minute. Alright, gotta open bomb bay doors are open. Okay, going into the seat. Getting ready to drop. I'm right on target. see if that's good enough. Now, I think that was it, but I'm going to keep flying to the Knickerbocker coordinates. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Sure if my bombers are on the right track. They just released. Morning, my friend. Good morning. How are you? You on your phone? Nice.
Sound crackling.
No, you're fine. This was
Starting to go, man. A bit more printer though.
Alright, I'm going to land these bombers and then I'm going to get better coordinate points on this target.
Where's the coordinates?
Second set hit 50%, 76%. I only got it to 76%. That was, oh, it's out. Okay. So I've hit 3 primaries. Three primaries headed home. Did a 2-hour-long broadcast. And Phil had to get on and start asking me some serious questions. Yep. Then Kay got on and we got into a nice serious discussion. So talking about some touchy subjects. So I had to restart the stream. I had to go and delete that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got a message from Flood that he tried to call me at 10:30 last night.
Right.
So, no text or anything. It's like, not like what's going on, what, so I don't know. Yep. No, the only thing I've been doing is the distance. Yeah, which is interesting. But we'll see. Tried to call me on Discord. Oh, did they? Or do they need money? Down. Well, maybe that's what it's. Maybe that's what it's about.
No one's told us anything about what to do.
Maybe that's what it's about. Yeah, let me know. I can scrape something together. Yeah, it'd also be nice to know what the price is. Yeah, it doesn't need to change much anymore. And with the stuff that's coming, if it went down, we'd be back at square one. Well, I'd have to take all the folders. I'd ask him for all the folders. Begin the day of download. Move it on to what I'm paying for. Start it back up again. Should be good. Next month, maybe. Next month. Yeah. I'm glad you reminded me. I need to restart it. Glad you told me to get over there and restart it.
I'll ring you back. Yeah, okay, I'll ring you back. And then what happens?
Forget. Yeah.
I don't mean to do it.
Yeah, he was playing DCS with Bishop. P-47 campaign. Good morning, Mr. Fingal. How are you?
Fine. Watching you fly the Wellington. You seem to be doing okay with it.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Well, so did you like the fix?
Yes.
Fixing the welly? Well, yeah, absolutely. It brought back, it's bringing back the bomber hops on Sunday, 2 o'clock. So
yeah, I'll be there. I hope today.
Copy that. Flood tried to call me. Do we need money for the server or anything?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm absolutely fine, mate.
Enjoying the photos that they're posting on Facebook. That looks awesome. Sorry to say, but that looks awesome.
What?
Team Fusion, the photos for 4K and the clouds. And holy shit, man! They've been blowing Facebook up, man. Those pictures look incredible.
Yeah, well,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Don't come out with, yeah, well, like that.
Oh, well, next year.
Next year.
Yeah. Let's
So Christmas or next summer? Or what's happening?
Well,
Well, Phil, hold on a second. Let me do a be right back. Going to the stream, clicking
flying high. I would much rather be down low and dirty, you know, where I can
less
fight.
than.
But it is, that's the English weather. You know,
That's the
right.
English weather. And
We have 3 days of sun.
And guess what you got in France right now?
Oh, that a heat wave, isn't it? It's a heat
Yeah,
wave.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
and
I'm hoping it's coming.
you know,
to
once
light.
you cross that channel, things start clearing up.
Yes.
Not always, but you know, a lot of times it's clearer over there than it is your way.
Yeah.
Seems like high pressure seems to dominate the French landscape.
Well, we've got the jets. But it's better than bloody jets.
Yeah, evidently it runs right down the damn channel.
Yeah, it runs either Scotland or the Channel. That's right.
Yeah.
It brings in the storms and the Atlantic. Yeah. Right, let's find this bomber. So how you been? You okay?
I'm good. I'm
Still
doing good.
working at the yard?
Oh man, you don't know how much fun I'm having at it now.
Good, good.
So I bought a new bow.
All right, what kind?
I bought a Cartel.
Okay, I don't. What is it? Is that just a standard stick or a stick bow?
It's a Korean Olympic
Oh, a Korean bow.
takedown ILF bow.
Right. Oh, right. Okay.
All right. So we have this new classification, you know, that y'all have had for a while that we haven't had, and now we've got it. It's
Right.
called bare bow.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have your bow. You're allowed to have your burger button on it and a wire arrow rest.
Yeah.
Okay. But and you can put a weight on it, but when your bow is not strung, it has to be able to pass through a 4 centimeter circle, a 12 centimeter circle. Okay. It's not very big. It's the size of the 10 ring on the Olympic target. So if your bow unstrung can pass through that, it's legal. So a lot of bows here in America are being made like CKs and Hoyts and stuff like that costs $1,700 to $2,500. And lots of people in these classes are shooting these bows. So anyhow, Jake Kaminsky, he's a very famous archer. He's a silver medalist in the Olympics for the American team. And then Brady Ellison, back years ago, not that long ago, won before coming second in the Olympics. You know who they lost to? The Koreans.
Oh, the Koreans did that. I wonder why.
Yeah, well, yeah, 2 of the Koreans were shooting points, but one of them was shooting a Cartel. So, anyhow, Jake has a YouTube channel now, and he's getting really famous, and he lives right up the street from me. So he decided he was going to shoot bare bow. So he put together a point semi for bare bow, so he could put it together and shoot it. He didn't have to buy it. He put it together, got it all tweaked out like he wanted it. Went out to the range and shot a 260 his first time. Okay, that was after about 3 weeks of tinkering to get everything right on the bow. Well, I decided to order a bare bow. So I got my Cartel in the mail, put it together. It took me about a week to get used to shooting it and to finally find an arrow combination that worked perfectly for what I wanted. Yeah, and Buster went out and shot a 268 his first round.
Nice.
Yeah, so look out. I'm coming through your ass. So Jake has a logo that says I am, right? He even has it tattooed on his hand. It says I am, because he says I am archery, I am bear bow, I am stick and string, I am a string walker. All of his logo stuff says I am. So I said, well, I'm going to have to make me a logo up too.
Yeah.
And it's going to say something like I was.
No. You should do one and say, I got one for you. You ready? Say, I only know of one I am. That was Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's true. So
he'll probably look at you and
I'm
go,
going to make one that
man.
says I was bear bow when you were a twinkle in your grandmother's eye. Oh my God, it's so much fun. You should. Hang on, I'll send you a picture of them. Now this is a 20-yard group, okay? Because we shoot two distances, 18 meters, which is 20 yards almost, and 55 meters, or 50 meters, which is 55 yards. So, anyhow, there, the Vegas face has that X that's in the center of the target that's only the size of your little fingernail. Yeah. Well, I got 3 big fat 25 series zeros stuck in that X. Yeah, and there's 3 stuck in the 8 directly parallel to it, where I shot a group of 3 and they were on the 8. And I clicked that burger button about 7 times, shot the next 3, and they were all dead in the center of that twin. So look out, boys, I'm coming. It's been a lot of fun. I like shooting that sucker.
I've been shooting. Shame we can't shoot over the boat.
Yeah, I think I'm fixing to go kill some hogs next week. Oh, I got them all over the place out there. Shot. Good. Got out of there. They're running the gear on. Really?
Yeah, really. Got a big estate down here. 1987, there's a hurricane. They all got out. It's like rabbits.
Yeah.
And they bred it when they bred well done.
You should be able to hunt them.
Yeah, they can shoot it. Yeah, it's annoying. They even make it under license. Very famous for the long bone. It was like law in this country, wasn't it? That's right. Law was going to on Sunday.
Yep.
Come to the church, shooting. Right, that's what I was telling Mike the other day. Quite believe me, when I said some of them bows they pulled out of Mary Rose were like 184. The side you must be in, that's a fact.
Yeah, but most of the guys that were pulling those bows weren't going to the full draw aspect. They weren't getting it all the way back to the ear like most people try to shoot a longbow. They were pulling all they could pull out of it.
That's right, yeah. But there's some of the soldiers like that.
Oh yeah, but there was also some very big men that was what they were going to be trained to do, is shoot that bow. So
Yeah,
the bigger the man, the more the draw, the further it goes.
Bigger both on one side.
I gotta run to the bathroom.
All right.
I gotta
Yeah, yeah.
run, but I will come back. And
Copy.
I was watching on the YouTube there.
Nice. Thank you, sir.
You know, you don't ever see me on there, but you know, I'm on. I got.
Well,
I
do
got
me a
YouTube
favor.
on my television.
Do me a favor. Type in the chat.
I can't. I'm on
Oh,
the
because you're on the
television.
television.
There
Copy
is
that.
chat feature on the television. So I'm watching you on the big screen, and it was looking pretty good.
Was it?
And I'm going, wow, boy, I missed that. Because what I've been flying don't look like that. You know, what I've been flying looks like what it looks like out his window right now. You know, I'm going, God, there's not a cloud in the sky. Look, I can see his bombers coming up behind you after he made the U-turn, wondering where they were, and then watching them drop on the target. You know, I said, well, there you go. I can see them coming a long way off. I said, man, what I've been flying in is suddenly, there it is, you know, as it appears through the clouds.
It'd be nice to not say flying into the bloody sun again.
Yeah, he's going to wish for that sun. As soon as he gets over France, he's going to find it.
Yeah, that's true.
But, you know, the weather is now adjustable, so I can make it rain in France, too.
Good.
I can make it bloody overcast everywhere.
Oh, so well,
Well, it can be then more random instead of just either a clear day or cotton balls. That I think will be really good.
Yeah, but see what y'all, you know, there's one critical factor about flying that is in those clouds, there's turbulence.
Oh, no,
Good.
You will not be flying straight level through that cloud. You will feel
Question:
the turbulence.
any thought on prop turbulence coming in or no?
No, there's still
No
prop wash.
No prop wash. Okay.
There'll be turbulence in the cloud.
Yes, there's turbulence in the clouds. And the nastier the thunderstorm is, the nastier the turbulence is. To the point where it ain't no fun flying in that.
The AI still see through it though. Oh, even better. Even better.
You know, the AI don't see through it, but the AI is sharper than ever. Yeah, lots of good news. Lots of good news, you know, for us, especially as a squadron. But you're gonna get people wanting to join more now.
Good.
Work together.
So, you know, try to keep some access to the TWC thing open. You know what I mean? The Discord, TWC Discord, try to keep somebody on it as much as possible. Okay? Because you're going to get people coming in now looking for it.
Right.
So, we have some advertising there. Yeah, so it's not like it was before, and I can already see the difference. And you know, y'all hardly ever see me. Don't think I ain't still around or ain't still here, because I am.
Ghosting in the background.
I am. I'm used to in the background cussing about the game, you know, because for me it's become important now and not anymore. It's a lot of work. And I've got a deadline, I gotta do all that crap. So, like I said, I have 2 weeks to complete an airport. And there's gonna be a major announcement in July.
Oh, well, that's something to look forward to then.
This is July.
Major out there.
Yeah.
Coming out next year.
And the old so-and-so in 2 weeks, you know. Well, so-and-so in 2 weeks is very possible now.
What's that?
2 weeks is down to 1 week.
Yeah, well, my 2 weeks is not on school. But I think you're going to see some new airplane, stuff like that.
Excellent. Well, we're
Good.
still hanging on for it. We're waiting for it. It's still here.
Yep.
Yeah. And
And
so,
we're still
if
flying-
you want to find out,
Yeah.
why the people are jumping ship, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
You need to read their forum.
IL2. Oh, well,
Yeah. The Great Battles Forum and all that.
Oh, yes, they got a new map
There have been
coming out.
some major changes. Yeah.
So would that be under announcements or general discussions?
Probably general discussion more than likely. But listen, they have a new map coming, and it's nothing like our map,
Right.
but it's very similar to our map, but it's nothing like. They're going to cut off the northern half of England, cut off. So you don't even get London.
Oh,
Hard
no.
to do. Let's do hard to do.
Oh, no.
That's the one thing is that, like I said, what would put the nail in the coffin, and I've always said this to you, put the nail in the coffin, is if you take the map to the west, to the outskirts of Germany, and that would put the nail in the coffin. They wouldn't have anywhere to go. Everybody be looking to fly that B-17 on a long bomber hop, like most of us here. I know I would. I'd engage in a bomber hop from England to the outskirts of right on the edge of Germany and be bombing. To me, that would end the great battles gate. Would end it. Everybody that's there that would want to come in here and intercept 25 B-17s flying a long bomber hop, and actually engaging in our server environment, what our server environment offers, engaging them over that territory, I guarantee you would be the end of IL-2 Stormovik Great Battles. It would end their multiple map craziness.
Yeah, the only thing is, though, the money single player.
Well, even if you did single, even if you did single player, again, if you extend the map even for single player, those guys that like to do those, hey, fly a P-51 and escort them to Hamburg or whatever, I guarantee you that even bodes well more for the single player. Is just the extension of the map. I guarantee you that would end the battle of great battles. They wouldn't know where to go. It's like DCS, and this is what I argued in their forums at DCS. I said the channel map is beautiful, the Normandy map is beautiful. Why you couldn't put these two things together? And then
Make
somebody,
a big map.
yeah, somebody piped up and said, "Well, Urga's extending their Normandy map to Paris." I said in my next comment, what the blinking and blink happened in Paris? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Everybody flew. The plane battles were over the northern side of France into Belgium, into Germany. I said, if Urga wanted to do a better map, well, then they should be doing Sicily and Italy right now.
I think they should do Spain.
Yeah, or even Spain.
1937 Spain. There you go.
Well, but
ME-109 versus kites.
yeah. So it's
They like giving the Germans such an upper hand. ME-109.
that's why I'm not going to buy the Normandy map for Stormovik. I don't want it. I don't spend enough time flying the sim to waste another dollar on it.
So you're liking the 4K picture
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, yeah, everything looks wonderful.
I like the
Really a
weather.
big improvement.
Now, as far as so according to what I've heard, we've improved the visibility distance and the piers and the docks and that stuff. Is that correct? Okay, so they're not popping in.
That depends on your computer.
Well, I'm running this thing maxed out anyway, so if they go to another level, I'm going to max it out with my
I was
3080.
watching the,
I've got a 3080, so I'm not
watching
really
the,
worried about it.
the video of the 4K, the plane carrying the mist.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, God, it'd be nice if there was animals everywhere. Suddenly when I overheard cows. That was neat, that was. I thought, it'd be nice if there had animals. That's what I said that.
Because then people are going to try to straight get past.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, that's what happened when we had the sheep and the camels in the desert. We shoot at them. You know, and they're not animated correctly, so there's no damage model. What the hell?
When he needs to get on that damage model,
And it needs to be precise, you know, to where you got the stomach, the liver, you know, make them complete animals, so that we can waste more CPU power.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say a 20 millimeter is going to just hit all of it.
But anyways,
What are we doing, guys?
I'm flying a ferry hop to Manston, gonna land. I'm getting some bomber. Yeah, I'm restocking bombers for the hop this afternoon.
So how does ferrying work? Like, does that take, like, what planes you bring? Are they now stocked there?
whatever plane you're in,
Yeah,
what you can bring. So
Yeah.
if you jump in a Spitfire, you bring Spitfire.
So I go down to, like, Gatwick, and I bring
Reading. Gotta go to Reading or
Harwell.
Harwell, or what is the other one?
They're west, you know, they
West of London.
bring them down to the front line. The
Watchfield, Harwell, and Reading.
That's what
And you grab whatever plane you're going to grab, type in less than FE, and then read the directions. It'll say type in less than cover 1 space 2, and then you repeat that call in less than cover 1 space 2 at least 6 times. It'll give you 12 planes, and then you fly those planes. You've got to fly, and remember, you've got limited fuel. So usually in a Spitfire, I fly at 0 pounds boost, 2,400 RPMs, probably at about a couple of thousand feet, and I fly directly from Reading to Canterbury or Manston, depending on which one's not blowout. Land, stop your aircraft, and type in less than DE. You'll deliver and that will add 12 aircrafts to the supply list, which you can get at any airfield. So really, it doesn't matter where you land them. They go into the stock for the bases.
But you've got to make it sure it's far enough away. You can't just land it right there or something. You have to make
Yeah.
it forward base. So jump in a plane at Harwell or Reading that you want to bring down.
What was the other choice? It was Reading.
Reading, Harwell.
And Watchfield. So let's say Reading.
Reading's closest.
Reading's the
Didn't have
closest.
anything I wanted.
Well, what are you looking for?
Kitty Hawks, Tomahawks, and Martlet.
They should all be there in the list.
Yeah, look in the
Scroll down.
They didn't have them at Reading. That's the one that's spelled like reading, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, Reading. You can pick up any plane from there.
Should be able to. If not, we got to send a message to Flug now. I'm still kind of curious what Flug was trying to get a hold of me if he needs some
Get
money.
into the plane.
Okay, they're all there.
Right, get in a market then or whatever you want to bring back.
Okay, so create the Martlet.
Yeah, get in the market. Make sure it's got no bombs. No, if you're going to bring a bomber, make sure it's got no bombs. Great mark there. Type in the chat window. Less than F2.
Hold my compass.
No, it doesn't come.
My the one you helped me set up yesterday.
Turn it on.
It might come on when the engine starts once they're
No,
full.
if you don't see no connection, it's not working. You just need to go into it, click on blending, and make sure that you've got the right screen. You have to set it up every time you start, you know, every time you start the game.
Right. Saying it was there, but it wasn't calibrated to that. My aircraft is shaking all over the place.
Right, yeah.
No, I spawned right in the middle of one of those earthen embankments.
Right. Yeah, pretty chocks on, otherwise
It spins ya, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, less than FE?
Yep, Foxtrot Echo.
Alright. I did.
Okay, now then, started flying.
Not yet, no.
Okay, we normally get onto the runway before you pull them in.
But I can look down at it. Alright. Let's see if I can get this thing out of here without freezing. It's still shaking all over the place. I had this issue with the Martlet before too. Where it just wants to shake. Are you want me up in the air first?
No, just get to the runway. Do it anywhere you want. You do it, you know, before you start flying up, but you only get a certain amount of time to get there.
Right. I gotta slow back down. I started to take off. This is not gonna end well.
Type in.
Nope. Hold on. I gotta start over. My propeller has several new bends in it.
Okay.
And I'm on my back.
Just start up and get to the runway. That's what I do.
Alright.
Alright. So it's started.
I'm gonna land and get this angle bracket printed.
Yeah, I can't get more big, can't get that.
Yeah.
And then I do what now?
Right, type in less than FD.
Got that.
Right, you type in less than cover 1. So cover number 1.
Yep.
Space 2. And hit return, then press your up arrow and it'll repeat itself. You know, like that, lost space. So do about 6 of them. Okay, cut the window down. Look out the window. See your markers coming in now.
hear them. Oh wow!
Okay, now take off. So fly very, make sure you've got, don't put it too much.
I definitely want to fly. Well, yeah, you definitely want to fly at a reasonable. The Marlet has a ton of gas, though. I don't even know. Yeah, 35%. I don't even think that would even be an issue. Not like the Spitfire.
Now in your white writing, you should see, once you're up in the air, you should see like one plane, it'll tell you like. Now what have I got both like?
Not sure. Did you put in FE?
Yeah. Bring it down anyway.
Yeah, copy.
Right. Well, we need them anyway. Run out.
Bows? 1Cs? Yeah. But the question is, I don't know if they'll stock. Because, because if you didn't call them in under an FE and you're not in a bow, I don't think they'll stock.
Oh, okay, I'll start. I'll send them on. Okay, they're going back to base, I'll go back.
That was my mix. That is why it was acting funny.
What, your compass?
No,
Mixture.
my plane.
Oh, right, the
Shooting all over
mixture.
the
Oh, right.
place. I've got some escorting me and some following me.
Yeah, that's the way it'll come out.
That's alright.
Alright, I'm down. Braking.
Just head to Canterbury. About 92, 94 degrees.
I was headed to Manston with them, I think.
Copy, that'll work.
What's the heading from Reading to Manston?
About 105, 95, 105, somewhere in there. Fly due east till you hit the Thames estuary. Or the Thames River. And then follow the Thames out. And find East Church. Fly on to Manston. Alright, delivering. All mine are delivered. Alright, let me minimize real quick and bring up this angle bracket. And I'll get ready for my next hop. See if there's another set target that's easy to bomb. I think I'll keep sticking with the primaries.
The frontline airfields. I was watching the radar about 3 o'clock this morning, and it was just an absolute hornet's nest.
Yeah, they were obliterated pretty bad this morning.
Phil was on, and he had a whole hornet's nest stirred up.
Did you have a good discussion this morning, Harry, with Phil?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, then I saw when you two came on, and then still sitting there at work.
Quadrant.
What's the matter? Because you got your compass going, have you?
Nope, it's still not registering right, but I'm in a martlet, so I can just look down and look at my magnetic compass.
Okay.
I'll screw with it after I...
Oh, hang on a minute. I don't think... okay. I'll tell you what. I don't think it works in a martlet or in a tomahawk.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yes.
Probably doesn't...
That's it. No,
I'll hunt down one for it. Because there's...
I think you can use one in anyway. This one, you shouldn't really need it because you just see London and
Well, I can, like I said, I can just glance down and...
Yeah, you just know the map, don't you? That's it. Yeah, once you've done it a couple of times, it's all right. I mean, once you get used to the map, you don't really need the compass. I used to use the compass loads until I learnt the map. In fact, Harry knew more places than I did, and I live here.
Anonymous.
Yes, mate.
Has Malik got virtual cockpit?
I do.
He has, yes.
Yeah,
I'll give him
we
the
set him up
compass
with
off.
that.
Okay.
Yesterday, I have a cell phone Velcro strapped to my cockpit for my compass.
At least he's got a compass. I suppose it's hard, very hard, isn't it? When it's what for us people living here, but it's a bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to teach Spar Dog to fly over England is impossible.
So I played for most of the month of May. I played on the Finnish server for Sturmovik, and I got to know Kuban pretty damn well.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
All right, I'll be right back, guys.
Okay,
Yeah, there's a big difference in the maps.
Oh yeah.
Does England really have this many square fields with trees?
Oh yes.
Oh Lord.
Oh yes.
So does
We have.
France.
We have
Well, yeah, I
many.
knew about the bocage, but I
Yeah.
didn't realize that England was as bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, we've got a lot of farm. A lot of farm
In
stuff.
Iowa, we're just squares. We don't have the trees.
Oh, we've
Yeah.
got loads of trees.
I mean, we
Well,
do too. Just
At
that's
one
for
time,
mostly
the
further
whole
south.
land was covered in trees. Years ago, it was covered in trees. Massive forest, deciduous forests. We've still got a few. But yes, it's definitely like this. And there's all these rivers as well that you don't know about. Okay, let's put this down. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely not another server like this, that's for sure.
Oh no, this is a
Not like
very great server.
this is a very great server.
You're
Well,
welcome.
the person you're talking to here actually created it, so
You've done well.
this is baby. He's done very well.
Oh, it started with a long time ago when we played this game. There was ATAG had a person was kind of one of their members, and it wasn't it Phil Styles, I think, yeah. So he's an English gentleman with a bit of an attitude, and they made one similar to this called Storm of War.
I've heard of it.
Well, it was good, but it didn't have the depth of a war.
Mm-hmm.
It had the depth of a 10-day battle.
Oh, is that what it was when it first came out?
Yeah, it ended up 30 days, but it was designed as a 10-day battle,
Okay.
hoping that all the squads would jump in there and do it, and they did. And it was
Yeah.
a hell of a lot of fun. And they had a scoreboard that was special to it. So you could go and check your scores on it and everything, and see how good you'd done overall. And there were
Yeah.
goals. You were supposed to fly 50 missions without dying.
Yeah.
And there were 6 of us that did it.
Okay.
Cool.
So after there was a falling out between Phil Styles and everybody,
Right.
and he took his basketball and went home.
Okay. Was
So
he
it
British
left
then?
left the server, wanting Storm of War back. So
Okay.
instead of wanting something back like that, I just decided that we needed to create, since I'm part of Team Fusion, and we needed to create something that was a war,
Unique.
that is a
Yeah.
war that carries on, and you can take territory and lose territory. I'm waiting to see y'all take territory in Normandy, but
Yeah.
it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Oh, we did. We did have an airfield. We did
You
manage
had
to
a
put
you had an
yeah.
airfield you
Yeah.
got a big
Yeah.
toe in there.
Yeah, we did, because me and Knight went over there and we bombed Dunkirk, and it only took like a couple of minutes to fly there. So, but then they hit the airfield, and that hit that little bit of sand, and then of course cut the craters in there, and that was it. We couldn't do it again.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
yeah, we
the whole
did that.
idea though is the map is movable.
Oh yeah,
You can penetrate in there,
yeah,
but you've got to do everything to do it, you know.
yeah.
So, and our master engineer is Flug. Flug is a freaking genius. He has a doctorate. Okay, he's very good at C#, and that's what we write this in.
Yeah, he done this all this like.
Oh, have the Germans managed to get a foothold in England before?
Oh yeah, they
All
had the
right.
Isle of Wight.
That's getting
Oh, wow.
printed. That's getting printed. All right.
Good.
Yes.
Hey, you're not supposed to outrun me. You don't know where we're going.
Nah, that's all right. They'll be all right.
All right. Here we go.
They'll group up on you.
All right. Coming in.
If you type in less than C dist, say 400, stay away from it.
Okay, guys, I was going slow because of you. But okay, we can do this.
You should go slow because you have limited fuel.
I'm in a Martlet. I don't really have limited fuel. Or
You'll have
as much
enough,
limited
but
fuel.
I would manage it. I wouldn't be too crazy.
Where's the fuel gauge on this thing again?
In the Martlet,
Yeah.
No,
on the floor, right foot.
Between your feet.
On the floor, right foot. Your right heel.
Seriously?
Seriously.
So in other words, I'll just have to guess. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
since
it.
you don't have track IR, then you're kind of shit out of luck to look down.
Hey, when I get VR, when they finally come out with the VR, I'll lean over and try not to fall out of my chair.
All right. Yeah, that would be.
You might not be too far off from leaning over.
You might have to. Your wife might have to set up a camera, or girlfriend set up a camera just in case you do fall over, because that would be quite comical.
Oh, she would absolutely record it.
Yep.
Yeah, mine would too.
Well, I have like I told Black Knight, I have an open wheeler. It's a racing chair, but I got the POTUS modifications for it, and just basically strapped a bunch of flying gear to it. So I have two different throttle quadrants, a switch box, and pedals, and everything else.
Yeah, I have a few of those things.
Yeah, just a few.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
We've
I
all got
specifically-
plenty of toys.
I specifically bought the SATEC 3-lever one so that I could have a third lever, because I fly the P-47 a lot on Sturmovik. So my third lever is specifically for my turbo supercharger. And that way I get a lot more performance out of a P-47 than people who just link everything.
Now, I use my third lever in a Spitfire and Hurricane for my radiator.
That's up on my CH throttle quadrant.
Copy.
I
operate those three
ostensibly, that
levers
one's
with my 3 fingers.
Yeah, mine is war emergency power
Copy.
on this one, but I haven't run into anything that has it.
Copy.
Not that I know of, anyway.
All right.
Technically, shouldn't the Warhawk?
Warming up at Graves and I'm going to try and knock out this steel factory. This steel factory at Dunkirk. I have no idea. I think I'll take a picture of it while I'm flying over it as well.
Yeah, not till you get to the P40K do you have WEP,
Yeah.
which is water injection. Methanol
Correct.
injection.
Steel mill, military steel mill, Dunkirk. All
I
right.
wish we had the P39 on this one. Or the P63.
Eric Cobra?
Oh, I love
And
that
gave
plane.
those things to the Russians.
I love that plane. Took some effort, but I did take a fuck about it within one time. It took an effort every single one of my rounds of ammunition. But I got it. Well, excuse me, fellas. I'm sorry I'm going too slow for you that you have to fly in circles above me.
All right, taxiing over again. Gonna call up these bombers headed to Dunkirk. Anonymous, how close are you to landing? Hello.
No.
Few miles out.
I sent them home, you know, because they were both flights.
Oh, you
Just out
reflying
of
the ferry or
curiosity,
no?
No, I'm just
what happens if I
landing
crash?
because I got both flights.
Flight
They-
doesn't make it.
Yeah, you lose your planes if you crash. They go back home and land.
Send them home, yeah. Send them
Okay.
home. Are
If
waiting
you
to
crash,
go
you
home,
usually die. So try not to crash.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Did y'all put in the stats board?
What's that?
Did you show him the stats board?
No,
Oh, yeah, I
no,
know.
no. On the TWC pilots?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I already
gone there.
figured out how to use that.
Copy.
How to use what?
The stats board.
Yeah, I already figured that out.
Copy.
What you want to use the map while he's at work.
Yeah, I sit
Oh.
there and watch the radar while I'm at work. That's why I'm sitting there at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's a complete hornet's nest over around Manston and Ram's Head and everything,
Yeah,
almost as far down.
You know
as
why?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's when all the Germans are on.
There was only one was on was Phil.
Really?
Yeah. And then I get home. I get off work, and it's like there might be a bomber flight or two, and I'm like, well, I wanted to fight all of them. Where was this? Where is this when I get off work?
Where's the flight from, mate? Why don't you do that?
What's that?
I grabbed a welly out of Gravesend. I'm going to Dunkirk for their steel factory.
It is so good to hear you guys working hard on this. I love
Always. I'm not going anywhere.
it. I saw Moon and Penguin the other day. Yeah.
I've got Moon on Facebook. When he's messaged me about the links of the clouds and the 4K textures. There's a lot of guys that are geek that are, you know, really looking forward to coming back. Really looking forward to get engaged again. They've been tanking it. They've been tanking it over there at Sturmovik.
Well, that's one of the things I like on here is that, you know, you guys are really good with teamwork and backing each other up. I remember one time I was on, when I was playing the Finnish server, I was the only German in a bomber, and I asked for an escort, and I basically got told to go screw myself. They were busy vulturing. And I'm like, cool, because that moves the battle lines. You know,
Right. Well, number one, we're a strictly allied squadron, so we're not ever going to fly German unless we're fighting each other training. Okay,
Nah,
that's it.
Knight don't fly German.
Yeah, but I will. So to teach people. So we have our own server that belongs to us that we pay for. So we're going to run this server scenario on this one. We also have another one for the desert, and we have another one for training.
I like to fly to Brooks. I screwed around on Danger Dogs server a little bit with it and just basically got lost in the water.
Well, there's a war going on on the Tobruk server that's very much like this, very much, but there's different. You have to destroy the ground vehicles in order to advance. So you have to get in there or use teamwork, destroy all the ground vehicles that are coming to an airport, and once you've destroyed them, then your ground vehicles will run to the airport And the Germans will try to destroy those vehicles. You got to keep destroying those vehicles. And if you do, and they get enough vehicles on the airport, then you get that airport. And you slowly move the map that way.
Alright, called in my
There's
groups.
never been enough interest in Tobruk, which is sad to say because I spent 3 years designing it.
That's a whole story.
It was.
I remember.
It's not,
Well,
it's
it
not a
really,
war
it's
that
it really,
really
it
talks
just
about.
depends on the, but it just depends on the number. For example, I would fly there if everybody was flying there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, if I go there, well then I'll draw anonymous, and then if we're on the Tobruk map, we'll draw Germans. So, really, it depends on the number of pilots engaging in it.
Yeah, as
So-
soon as they look at the online servers available and the number of people in that server, that's why they go in there.
Correct.
It's so they won't be alone. And the problem is, there's nobody wants to fly Tobruk.
Exactly right.
It's
Very alone.
Something on your right. No one about.
That's how I get shot down by bombers.
So Malik, let me ask you a question. Have you been shot down by a fighter in here yet?
I did tangle briefly before I joined you guys. I flew for the German side, and yeah, I did get shot down.
By the AI?
Yes. AI is damn good in here.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Like that's, I mean, both Combat Box and the Finnish server both have AI on it if the server pops under a certain amount. And they're okay. I mean, they're better than like the single player AI. But I can still, I'm a horrible dogfighter. I usually fall out of the sky long before I can get behind any fighter. But, no, I think I managed to make one turn and then I got behind one and his buddy jumped me. There was one the other day, I was in a hurricane and I bounced a pair of 110s and then got bounced by another pair of 110s while I was bouncing them. So the AI is pretty smart on it.
So I programmed the AI in here, so it can call for help.
Really.
So if you got, and they're not all, every plane you fly against in here is not an ace. They are random. They are roll of the dice. You might get jumped by a pair of 110s that are both rookies, or you might get jumped by a rookie and an ace, or you might get jumped by unlucky and get jumped by 2 aces. All right. But if they get in trouble, they can call for help. And if anything's in the area, it's going to come to your fight.
Yeah, because I managed to get one of them. I blew his wing off. His buddy just left him. Ran off.
Yes.
And I was turning to go take him out, and then all of a sudden, I mean, you get in front of a 110.
en route. En route, Anonymous. 116. Copy that.
You get behind the 110, you may find out you have problems.
Oh yeah, I found it. If you're gonna get a 110, you gotta get underneath it, or come from the side.
Yeah, but to the top. Their weak point is their climb rate.
They sure dive though. Jeez.
Oh yeah, heavy machine. But
That's
yeah,
neat.
their weak point is their climbing rate. So even in a hurricane, you can actually out-circle climb a 110.
Wow.
So you just got to keep that in mind. Well, I'll get into a circle climb. But if he had the altitude advantage, then you're not going to be able to do that. So you've got to bleed his energy off by making him turn.
Somebody just wasted a shitload of Wellingtons because I started with 30
Shitload of what?
Wellingtons. Started with 30. I'm down to my package plus 17.
There was a whole bunch of them lost.
You
on,
took Wellingtons, didn't you, Anonymous?
No, I didn't make it. I was
Yeah, copy.
How bad a shape is Manston in?
Manston's good. Just land straight away.
Oh,
Somebody's already hit it. Okay. All right, got to
Somebody
change
had
missions.
weapon storage.
Yep, the steel, whatever that is. All right, I got to look here. What do we got? Shore Patrol, Pioneer Battalions, mobile. Looks like we're looking at a lot of mobiles. Unless I go to that other one. That's a way off though. I'm gonna have to turn now. Varoon, Dunkirk. No, I'll go to the radar at Wimereux. Okay. Yeah, I just weaseled my way through. You'll see what I'm saying. When you go over to the runways, you taxi, you can just kind of weasel your way through. Okay. Headed to another radar.
For me,
That's not correct. That target number is not coming up. .47 degrees from my point. .37, I believe. Yeah. You're looking at the supply list. Gotta sit up here and get this.
Too bad I can't call up other fighters to follow me. Bombers or something.
Can make a workaround on that. Take some.
Why are you in
Take
front
some
of me?
1C bows.
Uh-huh.
call up 4 bows with bombs. And you can actually take them and help engage some of the bombers.
Take Hurricanes too. Bombers.
Take hurricane bombers as well. Good. That's how Phil fought off. Yeah, he fought off Kendi and all of them trying to attack East Church. Yep. Oh, some Wellingtons were returned to stock. So what does that put us at right now? So that should take us back up to the 30s. Yeah, hold on. We get a correct number. It's at 17 after I brought down another 12. Seemed low.
What's that? 10, 4, 4, 6.
We're down to 9.
I'll take something.
So how does that get replenished?
By varying.
Well, like our overall stock, how does that get?
Well,
If we roll the map.
Roll the map, then all I have to do is get repaired and get restocked.
So, and that's what Knight's working on right now with the primary targets. So if you type in tab 4 and hit 6 on the objectives remaining, I'm going after the local radar. There's Dunkirk Shore Patrol. We've got to recon a couple of areas. We got a mobile battalion. We got a mobile, whatever German word that is, at Saint Omer. We've got mobile, Marquis West mobile radar. So there's about 4 targets plus radar.